making sure. Okay. Dr. Fernandez already introduced me, so I'm just going to skip that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Funny day, huh? 3 years of blood, sweat, and tears, and then we get some brownies in the cafeteria. Real nice. Now, I'm not much good at transitions, so I'm just going to jump right in here. You all know that cliche, today's the first day of the rest of your life. I hate it, and I hate it because it means we're always starting something, always moving on to the next thing. And while it's true that we are, it's not really fun, and I think it's kind of mean to us because we're not allowed to revel in our accomplishments. We never say that we've finished something, and it makes this kind of thing feel so incomplete. We finished middle school, and that is a huge accomplishment considering how tough it is. For starters, adolescents are unbearable, and I'm really surprised that teachers don't just snap halfway through the year. It's also really hard for us to manage ourselves. From the start of 6th grade until about January this year, I was a mess. It was awful. We really had to pull ourselves together. There were tests and new CMTs and finals and social pressures, and there was puberty. That was probably the freakiest part. This is the most stress we've ever dealt with, and if you think about it, we had to be real adults to handle it all. And I don't know if I'm speaking for the rest of the class here, but I changed the way I looked at myself as a person, and that really changed who I am, and I think that's really important. It's probably the best thing for me to come out of middle school. I mean, yeah, there were academics, but it's the personal growth that was the biggest accomplishment. Now, I'm going to loop back to the beginning. As much as I hate that rest of your life cliche, it's true. We are starting something. We're finishing something, but as soon as you're done with one thing, you have to move on to something new. I'm going to put this into context. Who here watches hockey? Anyone? Okay. For those of you who don't know, a hockey game is split into 3 sections of regulation playing time called periods, and I think that makes a really good analogy for your school years. Elementary school is the first period, and high school is the third. Today marks the closing seconds of the second period. And so far, we're crushing it. We're dominating. No, it's true. The other team is academic struggles and social pressures and personal challenges and all the other bad, uncomfortable stuff in life, and we made it this far. We made it, and that's really impressive. And I'm going to direct this part of the speech to all these guys behind me. It's no good if your third period's weak. High school is a challenge of tough opposition. The classes don't get any easier, and your entire life becomes more complicated. The other team will try to break you guys. But you have the skills and the tools to beat them. Make sure you have the conviction. This summer break, go into the locker room, review your game plan, drink some Gatorade, talk to your coaches. Your coaches are your teachers and guidance counselors and administrators and parents. Everyone up there, they're all out in support of you. They all want to see you succeed. At the end of this summer, you'll come out of the locker room and onto the rink, whether you like it or not. So spend some time preparing. You want to be prepared when human tanks come skating at you with sticks, right? The third period is a long one and a very important one. It determines whether you make the playoffs. So go for it. You guys can do it. And at this time, I'm going to get all official-like and roll right into my thank yous. I'd like to thank Dr. Fernandez for setting such high standards for us and helping us know that we can meet and even exceed those standards. And we all wish you much success in your new job as assistant superintendent next year. I don't think Mrs. Mackey's here, but I'm going to thank her anyway. Mrs. Mackey, thank you for making this year run so smoothly and helping to make this place as welcoming and warm as a middle school can be. Thank you as well for taking care of EJ, he's my little brother, and for seeing how great he can be. Thank you to Mr. Vale for guiding us all through this hellacious time. For helping us pick our classes, fixing them when we pick the wrong ones, and 1,000 other things that you've done for us. And Now I'm going to give what little gratitude I have left to give. I wish there was more. To the people to whom I owe most of my dignity, my teachers. First, I want to give a huge thank you to all of the teachers in the school, and especially in 8th grade, for handling us and teaching us what we need to know to be successful later on. They've worked so hard to prepare us for this, and they've done a real bang-up job. It's great. And so thank you guys. And now I'm going to personally thank all the teachers on F Team. Mrs. Greco. Thank you for letting us be as loud as is acceptable within social parameters. Ms. Lorenz, thank you for giving me extension upon extension so I can turn my work in. Without you, I probably wouldn't be here to graduate. Mr. Green, I'm going to need you to finish this one for me. Mr. Lennon, pride, that is all. Thank you.